Welcome to Body Moves for Life. This is John Archer. Today I want to talk to you a little about some options we have for really working our shoulders, but not simply the shoulders, what the shoulder movement can really do to help us in our upper back and across our traps here. Some different things that we can do also in the front part of the chest, but simply focusing on arm circles and arm movements. So just to get an idea of what I'm referring to, a lot of people will often do arm circles to warm up, and this is good. You can do arm circles forwards and backwards, but there's a whole lot that one can do with these arm circles. First of all, we can do these small arm circles in both directions, and these small ones here, it's just kind of like taking a dumbbell in your hands and just holding it, and after a while, your shoulders start to get tired. But the whole idea here is I want to really focus not on just strengthening these shoulders, which is a good thing, but I want to work on really making some big rotations for the sake of getting some flexibility and looseness in all of these parts that go around the shoulder, in the front, up in the neck area, and in the back. Now, let's take a look at this. There's a couple of principles that I want to talk about. First of all, when we're doing these circles, I want you to think about it first going as broad or as wide as you can all the way around without over stressing. Like this is too much, okay? Because I want it to be where you're just doing a lot of reps, going close to the edge of that limit, but not quite pressing it. And doing these circles will really begin to loosen up all around your shoulders and then back. So just going there, but not like, too much, okay? So just doing some circles. Now there's some different variations we can do, and I want you to pay attention to what it feels like and how it feels different. So presently I had my palms down, okay? So as I'm doing this, I want to go ahead and as I'm turning, to turn my palms up. And it really opens right here, okay? And you can feel really open here as this is open, but this is more open, and this really works a lot here. And so just kind of doing this motion with the palms down, with the palms up feels different, okay? As we go in the other direction, palms up feels different than palms down. And I want you to go slow enough where you can begin to feel the difference. You can also do with thumbs up and thumbs down. So let's do that as well. So thumbs up and thumbs down. This one's very different with thumbs down here. Okay, I want us to go in the reverse direction. So in the reverse direction with palms up. And this is like literally you're lifting something up to the sky in the front. Okay, and now I'm changing it to thumbs up. And then I'm turning it all the way over to pinkies up. Okay, now this is, you can feel some different things going on in the shoulder. This is different. You can just see the shoulder roll over this way and this way just by simply rotating from here all the way to here. And as the shoulder rotates, it causes different parts of the areas around the shoulder to move. Now, even more as we're doing these rotations, I want to take now the same concept of, different movements in the hands, and I want to begin even to tilt the head a little bit. So let's say that you have a really tight spot right here in the upper part of your traps here. So as we're doing these circles, I want to turn the head a little and then just really get this position where I've rounded the back and I've tilted the head. And so you can see right here, right there, I'm getting a nice pull here, but I'm not really pulling as hard as I can. I'm simply going into that position and doing the movement. Okay, very nice focus here on this area that I can easily get a knot in. So as I go here and do this one, I'll go here and do this one. If I go slow enough, I can feel it right there. That's where the stretch needs to be, and I just want to do movement through it. Okay, now I'm going to go back and I'm going to do the other side in a backwards rotation, but still seeing if I can focus on that part of the upper back. and if I get right there. But going in the other direction really gets those fibers loose in that muscle, and I can even feel them rolling a little bit. Now I'm going to just turn the palms over. You see, this is a different feel here than this. Okay, and then the other side, I'm going to tilt my head around the shoulder and go here. Okay, and so some very interesting things going on there as far as ways to really loosen up all of this area around the shoulders by simply doing the shoulder circles. Now, maybe we really have some areas in here. This might not even be worked very often, as I mentioned in another video, because you know this area is really about opening, and this is not something that we're really used to doing, is this open position. But as you're doing this circle here, you may be able to really open, but as you tilt your head and lift your chest up here, you can really get this area right through here on this side in the front. Let's say you find yourself something stiff or tight and pulled through the neck here, or even across this clavicle muscle here, bone, excuse me. You might find tightness in the upper part of the chest, so it's right there. So as I do my stretch, I really let this part open and I work on that. And notice how my hand opened, the tendency. I can do it with hand closed, but it felt like when I was doing this right here, I wanted to be open. So I'm going to do the other side as well. You can go slower to really feel it, and then once you really get the feel for it, you can have a little bit more velocity just to get the repetitions in, okay? And so I kind of worked here in the front part around the top of the chest, and here in the top of the back. The idea here is I want you to begin to really experiment with your movement. And these arm circles really can do a lot for us. Now look, I'm doing circles down here, down low, and this can really get this upper part of the neck here. I'm sorry, the upper part of the back. Okay, and then I can do my circles up here. And I feel this much more in the shoulders, but it's really allowing me to get some really nice warm-up energy in all of these parts of my body. Now right here, I'm feeling some really nice stretch and movement right here, right below the shoulder, at the top of these lats here, but more at the bottom part of the shoulder. Now I also have the option in these circles to begin to get some body movement in the chest. Notice I've got closed and open position here, closed and open. So as I'm doing these movements, I can kind of, if you've ever swum the butterfly, it's like this. Okay, but the idea is to go open, close, open, close, open, close. Okay, like this. And then we can go backwards, and I want you to go open, close, open, close, open, close. And the goal here isn't, again, to see how much you can pull, but really to get this rhythm. And as you get the rhythm, it will begin to loosen. And you might find that if you haven't really done this before, you really feel those ligaments rolling over the bones. And it might feel weird at first. You might want to do a smaller circle. But if you just do these gently and regularly, all of this will really loosen up, and you'll find that as you stretch, as you move your body, that a lot of this is much more flexible and loose and not just kind of tight, stiff, and sore every time you do whatever you're doing, picking up something heavy or whatnot. I want you to begin to experiment with your body. I want you to begin to experiment with these movements. And these are simply arm circles and the different things they can do for you in different positions. Just to finish up, we can put the arms in front and really work circles in the front here. Okay, and we can also go off here on the 45s. And as you do so, it's not just simply doing the circles, it's feeling what parts of the body are really being rotated. And as you do that, you can turn your hands in different positions, and you can even bend your elbows and do things like this in these circular motions as well. And just your goal is to experiment and feel what's being stretched and moved, and literally look for sore places, for tight places, and without pressing too hard, work those places out. I just wanted to begin to open your thinking a little bit regarding to what it means to move your body, because again, this is Body Moves for Life, and I want you to find ways to feel better and to not just accept that certain parts of your body aren't moving well. I want you to begin to experiment with those sore places and see, like I had mentioned in another video, how I had a really stiff ankle that I had sprained really bad when I was younger, and after 2 years of stretching, it really has worked itself out and moved pretty much back into a completely mobile, flexible state where I thought for the rest of my life it wasn't going to be. So these are some arm circle options, things to think about. I hope that really felt good for you as much as it did for me. Really keeps my back and neck and shoulders loose. And then after that, I might want to do just a little bit of stretching, because it's loose. I just want to come like this, some of these positions, and then some of these really rounded. And now is when I might do the more tight pulling because I've loosened my joints up and gotten the blood flowing and circulating. This is all that I want to present today regarding the circles. Please leave your comments in the comment sections. I would love to hear what you have to say. Also, thank you for joining. Feel free to click a like. I would love to add all the likes that you would be welcome to add to these videos, as well as I would love for you to subscribe and regularly get these videos, as I'll be continuously putting these out many times a week to continue to discover Body Moves for Life. Again, John Archer, thank you for joining, and I'll see you next time.